again, everyone. Thanks for joining me for today's video. I'm just going to be checking the level of sugar water in my top hive feeder. Ordinarily, I wouldn't film this. It's a little bit of a mundane task. Just pop the lid, check the levels of the sugar water, and refill it if I need it. Well, yesterday, I was hearing a strange noise coming from the beehive. When I got back up to the house, I Googled it, and there's an explanation for the noise. I'll back up just a little bit. Every morning I come down to feed the horses, and it's early enough that the bees really aren't too active at that point of the morning. I've gotten into the habit of just putting an ear up to the hive and make sure that all is well, or at least I'm hearing some buzzing noises to know that they haven't all skipped town. Yesterday, when I listened, like I said, I heard this weird kind of a, I don't know, chirping or honking, some strange noise that I've never heard before. So when I did that Google search, I did find out that it's a thing. It's something that queens do. So it hasn't been that long, about a week and a half now since my hive swarmed. And during my last inspection, I did notice that there were probably 3 closed queen cells on various frames in the hive. The YouTube videos that I watched said that this chirping is something that the queens do either while they're in those queen cells and beginning to emerge, or once they're now out of the queen cells and roaming around. Moral of the story, there's only one queen to a hive. That chirping will draw them to other queens, and the other queens ultimately meet their demise. So that's kind of the condensed version of what goes on in there. But I thought today I would go ahead and film while I'm checking the sugar water situation, and maybe there's a chance I can get the sound on video, because there's no way I can get it through the hive. So let's just go over, we'll check the sugar water situation, and I really hope I can get that sound on the video because it's really pretty cool. So let's go to the hive. So they are pretty low on sugar water. I only have a half of a gallon left. So I think I'm gonna need to make some more this morning and then come back in and top this off later. I'm not really crazy about this top hive feeder. Every time I check, there's a lot of bees in here that look like they've drowned. Small hive beetle. Small hive beetle, no more. Helps if you take the lid off. I changed my other mind. I'm not gonna fill it up all the way because I will be doing a hive inspection on Saturday, so I found that this just gets too darn heavy if I fill it close to a hive inspection. I'm just going to bring the camera over here and I'm going to show you what's going on inside here. Now I'm not hearing the chirping or the peeping noise, but as you can see along the edges, it's like the bees get stuck in there and can't get out from underneath those slats. I just don't know what to do differently, but there's got to be a solution. I'm not hearing the peeping at all right now, or pipping, honking, squeaking, whatever you want to say. Come on, little lady bees, get off of here. Well, that one seems to have taken offense to me being in there and brushing her aside. I'm really bummed that I wasn't able to catch the queen noise on video. It's really cool to hear. Maybe another time I will be able to do it. Or go check out somebody else's YouTube video, and I'm sure they can give you a more detailed explanation than this wannabe beekeeper can for what the sounds mean, and so that you can hear what it sounds like for yourself. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thanks a bunch. Bye.